What's up, Sticks and Stones fan? Uh, Happy to be here with you today. Uh, I am just trying to find myself on X. Be up here in a moment. Got a lot of pop-ups. Anyway, uh, let me tell you, I think I have a wonderful, wonderful pairing coming for you today. We're talking a Highland Scotch that's been, like kissed by the sherry gods. And a full-bodied Nicaraguan Maduro that demands respect. This one's been on my mind for a couple of weeks now, and I am ready to get it on. So, without further ado, I am pairing the Dalmore 12-year-old Sherry Cask Select uh, single malt Scotch with a Micallef Black or Black Label, however you want to call that. Um, anyway, the the Dalmore. If you've been watching me for a while, you know the Dalmore is. I'm a real fan of that Scotch. It's my favorite Scotch is the 12-year-old, maybe the 12-year-old sherry cask. There's a difference there. Number one, it's easy to pick out. The sherry cask is a purple box, and the regular 12-year-old is burgundy. Still got a little bit of that in there, but I really thought that these two things would match up perfectly. So, anyway, this is a Highland Scotch from the Highland region of Scotland, the Highland Scotch making region. You've got Highland, Speyside, Highland, Speyside, Campbelltown, Lowland, and Islay, and then they also have the islands kind of thrown in there somewhere because you've got the Orkney Islands that you also make Scotch there, like Talisker, the Isle of Skye. There's a Scotch that's actually a really good Scotch that's made Isle of Skye, and that's what it's called. But this is a 43% alcohol by volume, 86 proof. It is matured in ex-bourbon base barrels. It's given an extra 2 years of aging in the Oloroso and Pedro Ximénez sherry casks. Let's go ahead and glass some up. Mm. Oh, yeah. That is just beautiful in the glass. Beautiful in the glass. I got the United States and Germany men's hockey teams at the Olympics on TV up here. And while I am a big fan of Germany, I got to root for the Americans, and we're up 3-0. So, and on the nose, you don't get really any like alcohol at all. There's no alcohol burning your nose or anything. Hey, also, time out. I have a 3-pound brisket smoking on the smoker, like literally 4 feet to the left of the camera. So you may get some whiffs of smoke coming through every now and again. I got to get it up to 205 internal and then hose it down with apple cider and apple juice. Yeah. So anyway, back to this, the nose. There's no alcohol in it at all. You get like candied oranges, maybe those little candies that were shaped like orange pieces. You get some dark chocolate, some like raisin bread notes. There's a little bit of like hazelnut in there, and there's some very nice notes of like brand new saddle leather. Now on the palate, that is extremely velvety and rich on the palate. It just like coats over your tongue. You get like dark chocolate truffle the truffly stuff that's inside some of the chocolate candies, black cherries, a little bit of cinnamon. Uh, there's some gingerbread, and there's just that nice signature Dalmore kind of orange zestiness. The sherry is turned all the way up. It is excellent. This is an excellent spirit. On the finish, there's just like some endless waves of cacao and a little bit of like spicy honey and just a hint of toasted oak that just kind of hangs in there. Um, this is this probably will take over my top spot as my number one Scotch. Yeah, I really like this Scotch. It is excellent. Yeah. Okay. The Micallef Black or Black Label. This is a Toro 6x52 on the ring gauge. Uh, it is manufactured in Nicaragua. It has Nicaraguan filler and binder and a lovely, my favorite, Mexican San Andres leaf. Um, it's a full strength cigar, and I think this will be a good spirit to kind of keep up with it. Um, Visually, it has tight but visible seams, uh, minimal to moderate veining. There are a couple that you might be able to pick up there on camera that are fairly prominent. Nothing terrible. A nice double cap on it, on the nose. I get some very nice notes of chocolate and leather, a little bit of nuttiness, and just a very subtle kind of baking spice, kind of a cinnamon nutmeg kind of conglomerate. It's a very nice cigar. Very nice. All right, let's give it a cut. On the cold roll. Start of the third period, we are still up 3-zip on Germany. I get some nice notes of like raisins, maybe some stone fruits, kind of like plums or apricots, something like that. Very, very subtle hint of spice, like black pepper. Not a lot, just a little, kind of on an undertone, and some nice cedar notes as well. So let's go ahead and fire it up. And thought we were going to score another one right there. On the light, I get some notes of dark chocolate, some toasted almonds, and then just a hint of black pepper, and kind of a whisper of cedar. A whisper. A whisper. Mm. This is a very good cigar. It's full strength, but it's not overpowering whatsoever. Um, it's got a just off the light. It's got, it's not razor straight, but it's got a nice little burn line to it. Um, Seems to have good construction even after it's lit. Um, Nice volume of smoke coming off of it. Not a smoke monster, but nice volume of smoke. Mm. And those are almost magical together. Wow. Um, the uh, the the Micallef's kind of dark cocoa. Anyway, that um, and leather kind of get wrapped around the Dalmore's kind of chocolate, the stuff inside the, what is the word I used earlier? Dug it. It's not ganache. Um, mm, Truffle. There you go. Truffle. That truffle stuff. Yeah. I had to think about it a minute. Sorry. I'm old. Uh, and with the truffles and kind of the dried fruits that are in the Dalmore, uh, you've got a nice little black pepper spice on the cigar. Uh, the kind of baking spices in the Scotch uh, tame tame the cigar perfectly without killing its edge. They do go together very, very well. Um, the retro, you get that earth and kind of Maduro tang uh, that go right into a nutty kind of sherry depth, and then there's just this little subtle of caramel sweetness. This is good. This is a good matchup. One of my best, I think. All right, I got to. We're going mobile. I got to check this. We're going mobile. Bear with me. Let's see, where am I at here? Okay, 161. Take a look. Take a look in here. Ooh wee. Mm. All right, now I'm back. Man, trying to do too many things at once, but I can't mess up the brisket. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Got to keep an eye on it. We're at approaching 165 internal at 205. I have to take it out, hose it down with the apple cider vinegar, apple juice mixture, and then wrap it up in butcher paper and put it back in for another hour. This is a small one. It's about 3 pounds. So it's only going to take about, all told, about 5 or 6 hours, but that includes about an hour of rest at the end. So I may end up having to branch out and do some smoking videos or something. Smoking. So anyway, let me get back on track here. Yeah, the I mentioned that caramel sweetness in the cigar, um, kind of in the retro, and it just really pops out like crazy, uh, thanks to that Pedro Ximénez, the PX casks, uh, aging in the Dalmore 12-year sherry cask select. That's a lot to say. And the 86 proof on the Dalmore uh, gives it the backbone to kind of go toe to toe with the cigar's full body, so that one doesn't really overwhelm the other. Um, and they do just kind of evolve together beautifully. It's wonderful. I had not really had a lot of experience with Micallef cigars prior to getting into this kind of series. I've still got two more Micallefs to pair. The A, and there's one that it's Tremadois or I don't know. Anyway, I have to go look again. Trying to remember is a little too tough. That's too tough for me. Oh, we scored. We're up 4-0. Man, you would think Germany'd have a little bit better hockey team, and they have great soccer teams. Oh, make it 5. Well, floodgates are open now. The German goalie just like threw his mask up and started getting some. I don't know if it was beer or water or whatever was in his jug. There's probably beer. Yeah, these together, they really kind of start off sweet and bright, and then they kind of evolve down, kind of getting deeper and more intense as we continue to work back through the cigar. That is a great Scotch. I am not a big proponent of um, peat and smoke in Scotch, which kind of pushes me away from the Islay Scotches. Um, I do like the classic Lottie from the Brooklotic, but there's not most of their other ones because they're an Islay Scotch, and most of their other ones are very smoky and peaty. Um, Lagavulin, I'm not a big Lagavulin fan. That's been all the rage the last few years, but I tried a glass of it one time. The very first sip, it felt like or it tasted like somebody had mixed some ash up in some pure grain alcohol because all I could taste was smoke and peat. I'm like, I don't really like that. A little smoke and a little peat's okay, but I'm not a big smoke and peat guy. That's where I tend to be more of a Highland and Speyside guy. Uh, I need to try some Lowlands and a Campbelltown. I haven't tried a Campbelltown yet. There's not a lot out there with Campbelltown. That's they just there's not a lot of different distilleries that uh, are located there. Pretty good burn line going. It's got one hump there on that one side, but overall it's it's really nice and have just some very nice stacks of white to light gray ash. Uh, it's very well constructed cigar, well rolled. Um, Dude just got hit in the face by his own player with the stick, who was in the I don't know what you call it, dugout from baseball. I don't know what they call it in hockey. Yeah, these Micallef folks, they kind of know what they're doing. I got some really good cigars. So far, I haven't had one that I haven't liked. Yeah, there's no you have pairings that um, so support each other and kind of play off of each other, uh, and then you have ones that contrast. And sometimes you're looking for things that kind of contrast together. They're like opposites that go together. Where this one is very supportive of one to the other, and I can't think of that word right now either. I don't know. I may not be able to do this another 5 years because I may just be slobbering in a wheelchair before it's over with. I do still know my name, and I know what day I was born, and I know I've got 5 years and 12 days until I can retire. I'm not counting down or anything. Mm. For those that may have joined in a little late, I am pairing the Dalmore 12-year-old sherry cask select with a Micallef black or black label, however you want to say it. I think they just say black, but uh, I'm used to like the Cohibas have the different colored labels, the red, the blue, the gray, the whatever. Um, so that's why I always stick the label name, the label word at the end of it. But I think they just call it the black. The Dalmore is a Highland Scotch. It's 43% alcohol by volume, so 86 proof. It's aged 12 years. 2 of those years are in Oloroso and PX or Pedro Ximénez uh, sherry casks, which add a depth to the aging where you get some deeper flavors that are not related to bourbon because the first 10 years are in bourbon casks. So this gives you a little bit more of a fruity, uh, kind of chocolatey wine impression upon the spirit. That might not. That is. This is really nothing different than their regular 12-year-old, except the 2 years of aging in the sherry casks. I think the next door neighbor dog approves. On the nose, I was getting some very nice notes of kind of candied oranges. Like those little orange candies that are shaped like orange slices or whatever you want to call those, whatever those little pieces are. Um, there's some nice dark chocolate, a little bit of raisin bread, um, some kind of toasted hazelnut, and then just a touch of like a fresh saddle leather. Um, you walk into, I live in Texas. If you walk into a saddlery, uh, and you're smelling this in, but it actually ends up a little bit on your palate because your olfactory and your palate are connected. Um, so you can get kind of that on your palate, and on the palate. This spirit is velvety and rich, um, with some nice dark chocolate truffle. I can't remember the name of those candies. They're round. I see their advertisements on, and I love them. But they put like kind of a chocolate truffle in the inside it, kind of that, uh, and some black cherry. It's a little bit deeper and richer with a little bit of cinnamon, maybe some gingerbread mixed in there, and then that typical Dalmore kind of orange zest that they're known for. And I've had their 12, their 15, their 18, their 12-year sherry cask, and all of them do have that kind of little orange zest in them. Sorry. I'll get it all taken care of here pretty soon. And then the finish, there's like waves of cacao and like a spicy honey, and then just some hints of toasted oak that just don't go away. They just stay right there. And then you have the Micallef Black here. This was a Toro 6x52. It's a Nicaraguan, made in Nicaragua, with a Nicaraguan filler and binder. And then my most favorite cigar leaf in the world, Mexican San Andres wrapper. You had me right there. You had me at San Andres. Yeah, love that wrapper or binder. I've seen a cigar that has a binder from that's Mexican San Andres. That's a great tobacco growing region in Mexico. And the body on this cigar is really bold and kind of chewy. Uh, and we got some nice flavors of dark chocolate, toasted almonds, and then kind of some whispers of cedar in there, maybe just some hints of leather. Uh, and we're still, even as we're getting closer to the halfway mark, we just have some beautiful stacks of kind of white, light gray ash. Lovely, lovely. Where are we at? We're at 27 minutes, man. We're doing good. I'm gonna go ahead and try to wind this down because I want to give you all the rest of the day off. Y'all don't want to sit here for an hour listening to me rattle on about a cigar and scotch. Or if you do, let me know in the comments. Uh, hey, you shouldn't cut this off after a half hour. We want to hear the rest of this too. It's just when I look at the statistics going 50 and 55 minutes, I lose people. So, I want to keep it, I want to keep you engaged. I don't want you to go drift off and off somewhere else. Because, once you start down the rabbit hole, you're 6 hours later and you're watching videos of somebody in Belarus making a cabin in the woods. We'll hold on here just for a minute or two because I'm gonna give you the halfway and my final thoughts on this, and then you'll just have to see my final half of the cigar in the comments once the video is posted. That keeps you coming back. Hey, and be sure to check out my cigar musings on YouTube. It's just little quotes, pretty much all have to do with cigars. I try to put them out every day. Can't always get there. They're shorts. They're like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Uh, and yeah, you might find one that you might find them amusing, one that you might want to use. It's all very interesting. It's on the same channel, Sticks-n-Stonez. This is my shorts, and they're all called Cigar Musings. So I've been doing it for a month or two now, and I get a lot of views on YouTube for that. I mean, each one will get a couple of thousand views. I could just do that because I get a whole lot more views than people hanging on for a half hour. Is what it is. But the whole reason for doing this, I've been doing this for I'll start my sixth season in June, is to bring the world of cigars and spirits to the masses. There were lots of people doing bourbon reviews or doing scotch reviews or doing cigar reviews. I bring them together. You know, others give you what you want. Daddy gives you what you need. As we've gotten here, we're right about the midway mark. We're probably still just a little bit short, but I think we're getting there. Um, the cigar has kind of transitioned a little bit. Um, at the halfway mark, or right there, there's been more notes of leather and black pepper and kind of a rich earthiness kind of take over. Uh, and there's this is a Maduro wrapper, a little bit darker wrapper, and there is Maduro for days. It's wonderful, and still is pairing wonderfully with the Dalmore 12-year Sherry Cask Select. So, from the first draw and the first sip, the palate notes have kind of gone together. Um, the cocoa and leather from the cigar kind of wrapped itself around the chocolate truffle and the drier fruits. Um, the uh, you got that black pepper spice coming off the cigar, and then you've got the cinnamon and maybe even some gingery notes in the scotch that really um, tame the cigar perfectly without killing its edge. Um, I mean, it is just a wonderful pairing. My verdict is I would give this a 9.7 out of 10. I think this is the highest rating I've given this season, and we're about 3 months short of starting a new season. So it's probably one of the strongest, and I would say sherry Maduro combos that I've smoked. Uh, I think the Dalmore does a wonderful job in the couple of years of aging there in the Oloroso and PX casks. Um, if you love kind of rich, kind of chocolate heavy cigars and more sherried scotches, this pairing is for you. Um, Now, the Dalmore 12 sherry cask runs you a little more. It's going to be somewhere in the 82 to 95 range, where the Dalmore 12 you'll be able to pick up for under $80. Uh, the stick is very reasonable, maybe under $10 a stick. And I'm having to try to think nationwide. So I know here. So, but I don't know about where you are. But you definitely know what to do. You need to grab a bottle of the Dalmore 12-year Sherry Cask Select and the Micallef Black Label and give them a try. And I would really like to know what you think about it after you try it. Um, Also, this is a benefit, right? If you subscribe on X, costs you $1 a month. Subscribers get in advance my notes from my pairings. So you get kind of just a boiled down version of what I present live stream because I have to have test pairings. I have to test it out before I present it to you, right? And you would know before everybody else. And for what? $1. Go to X, look me up. Sticks-n-Stonez 2, $1 a month. I hope you'd enjoyed this pairing as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, blow all the whistles, all that kind of stuff. and keep coming back. Tell all your friends. This dude, he's crazy as hell. You know, but he makes sense. Um, and he's really technologically challenged. You'd enjoy it. Um, but until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold. Have a great day. And I'm going to go take care of my brisket.